So here we are in Memphis, as you would expect. I picked a Egyptian faction. This time it's going to be Axum in the all factions playable mod. And I must say, this faction sucks ass. They are really, really, really bad.
Oh yeah.
But my opponent, 50 Bomb, actually decided to bring a pretty crappy army of himself. So let's go over mine real quick. Axum, what makes them unique? Well, what makes them unique is that they're a lot like a lot of the other African tribes in that they're really, really terrible. So Levy Spearmen are actually the only Spearmen they're able to bring. Very low morale, very low attack, very low defense, very terrible. They do have some normal archers and some javelin men, which are really just generic javelin men. And then they have two unique units, and one of them is swordsmen, which doesn't sound very unique, but I think only the African tribes actually have access to swordsmen, and they look pretty cool. I decided to give them gold upgrades this game, so they kind of got okay-ish stats, but at the end of the day, they still only have like 50 base morale, so not particularly strong. 44 melee attack, 61 melee defense. It's like a mid-tier sword, basically. And then I also have Ethiopian cavalry, which are a mid-tier cavalry unit, and
I don't even know if I'd call them mid-tier, to be honest.
yeah, they're probably closer to lower tier, but they're like kind of they're probably mid-tier, but they're really the only true advantage I think that I have in this battle. Do you want to go over your army setup real quick?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I can get the same skirmishes as Indy, I believe. I've just got these 6 generic archers up front. And then I've got these. Oh yes, you're ready for this? The large shield warriors. Oh yeah.
Yes, that is a
So,
unique unit for Garamantia.
yeah, they are a mid-tier spear above Levy Spearmen, so I've got a little bit of an advantage there. I can't get any melee cav, so that's good. So I've got 4 of these skirmish cav, just pretty average javelin cav, really. And then I do have chariots, though. Oh,
And they're
yes. So,
sized, and we didn't actually know they were sized
yeah.
going into this battle. I said, "Oh man, he's bringing chariots. These are going to be OP." Well, I was right. Chariot raiders are actually sized, so they
Yeah.
can get some kills pretty quickly. Now they actually do have less armor than the normal sized chariots,
And less
but
health.
it is important to remember that they also cost a hell of a lot less. I think they were what 850 talents.
Yeah, something like that.
So, and this is after patch 9 hotfix, which make the scythe chariots go up to like 1380, I believe.
Really, that much?
It's
Jeez.
yeah, I think it's
I didn't look at
1380
that
talents
stuff.
now for a scythe chariot, like from Egyptian to
Okay.
Seleucid. So yeah,
Pretty good.
cost-effective chariot, honestly, and probably the most devastating thing on the battlefield at the moment. So in the shadow of the pyramids here, we're gonna get our battle started. I pressed play, by the way, so you should do that as well.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. And yeah, like I said, I think the only advantage I have this battle is the Ethiopian cavalry. They are melee cav, and my opponent, 50 bomb, only has skirmisher cav. But actually, there's going to be something very weird here that occurs. This is a very quick battle, so I might actually end up putting a little bit of it into slow motion a little bit later on. But what happens here is I'm going to send my Ethiopian cavalry forward in a couple seconds, just trying to bait out those archers, maybe take out a couple of those. And my general unit, for some reason, is going to, even though I don't click an attack order, and you'll see that, I don't actually click an attack order, but they're going to get, like, sucked onto the skirmish unit and run into spears, so that was pretty fun.
That was good. Real good.
Yeah, I didn't actually click an attack order there, so they actually chased after them for no reason, and I lost track of them because I was microing elsewhere. I didn't click an attack order, so I didn't expect them to do anything, and then those large shield badasses are going to come over here and
Yeah.
and punish my Ethiopian cavalry from behind. Wow, this is getting real sexual real fast.
It's taking a turn for the worst.
Yeah, but so I'm gonna try to pull out of there, and as you guys know, pulling out. Oh my god. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna pull out and take more losses than I would like to. So I'm about half strength now, and I think I might have actually lost my general in this engagement as well. But I'm gonna try to commit the rest of my forces there, the rest of my cavalry, and the melee engagement is where I'm gonna try to hope to win because I have the gold upgrades on mine, and they're swords against spears that have, I think you put bronze upgrades on yours, right?
Yeah, 3 bronze. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to cut through here, but the problem is these chariot raiders are literally gonna
They
run
just
through
come
the.
on
Oh
in.
my god, they just ran through the entire sword unit, and they are already up to 150 kills already after the
Holy
charge.
mother.
Yeah.
You did leave your skirmishers really
No,
open.
no,
So
I
that's
did, but you ran through the back of your own swords through my
Yeah.
swords and into my skirmishers.
Yeah.
So side chariot still pretty strong, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna get a lot of kills. And I think they're already up to 200. Yeah, 230, and then they're gonna get bogged down.
And at multiple times here, I actually catch your cav because I turn my instead of running away with my skirmisher cav, I turn around, chase it, and then just bog them down, bring some spears in. Nice rear charge here for more skirmisher cav. So my skirmisher cav actually turned out to be really, really cost efficient this game. But I think I can only get away with that because your cav itself was so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
if it was higher ranked.
I didn't really expect it to be as bad as it was because they actually have relatively decent stats, and I think
Yeah,
much
not
of it
bad.
had to do with that maybe like certainly I lost half a cav unit for nothing, and I might have lost my general. And with these low morale units, only 50 morale, it's actually a really big deal losing your general. So yeah, there were some micro lapses that were not good, but this is going to end up going into a real bloody melee fight here at the end.
That blob in the center, right?
Yeah, I can't even say that I blobbed that much. It's only a couple of units, but like you have javelins that are free and archers, and they're just going to be able to start getting volleys off into the back of my guys, and it's going to start getting real painful real fast. So this swordsman right here, I tried to flank around, and I did get a hammer and anvil off, but the archers are going to start coming in, and look at all that blood. Oh my god.
That's brilliant targeting, man.
78 men left in the unit, and then in 2 volleys, they're down to 30, and that is just...
Wow.
You can see their low armor. Now, they aren't quite like the Iberians. They have 35 armor instead of 15, but they got hit in the rear, and the entire
Most of that would be
unit.
the shield, yeah.
Oh my god, that was brutal. And then you're...
Can we just admire the large shield warriors for a while? Look at those.
They're
Look
pretty,
how ripped they
they're pretty
are.
boss, dude. They honestly, they work out. They go to the gym
Yeah.
a lot. So yeah, tactically
Quick
maybe
battle.
not the most interesting battle, but one thing that I do like about these African tribes, even though they really are really terrible, they provide like a unique perspective on Rome too. Like you don't get to see the African tribes get to fight very often. In fact, I seriously doubt there's any African tribe multiplayer battle on YouTube. Period. So.
Oh yes, got the first one in.
I thought it was kind of unique to be able to get to play on the Memphis pyramids map with some African and Egyptian tribes, and that was a bloodbath, man. That was brutal.
It was brutally brutal.
I got outplayed with your stupid chariots, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that! Look at that
That attack
cavalry.
order.
The thing that was really weird about that battle for me was I sent Ethiopian cavalry, which are melee cav and have much better melee stats than skirmisher cav, into skirmisher cav, and I still lost the cav fight. Didn't make much sense. A couple of them did get caught in spears, but on the other flank, which I didn't actually show that battle much, my cav actually went straight into skirmisher cav, and then they just got destroyed, which I didn't understand. But apparently 50 Bomb has leaked micro skills that I don't understand.
You don't even know, man. Don't even know the half of it.
Overall, my swords did relatively well, but that was all that did well for me. My skirmishers didn't do much, and his skirmishers did. He brought 6 archers.
Yeah, and it was just on those swords at the end there. I didn't really do much skirmishing at the start, but yeah, on the swords, got so many kills. But may I suggest, if you're bored with Rome, get this mod. Honestly, the all factions are hilarious to play, so much fun, and challenging. If you try and verse, like, I don't know, any of the major nations, Swaby, whatever, with these guys, it is so fun and it's so hard. So I can suggest that. You should definitely do it.
Yeah. Overall, I do think the MVPs of that battle were those chariots. I mean, you use them effectively for sure. They were able to get through that first line of swords very quickly, maybe a little bit too easily, and then right into the middle of my skirmishers. And once you got into the skirmishers, it was basically GG from there.
Yeah,
but
I have to agree there.
Though they're a sweet unit, and it's actually kind of cool that the Garamantia, like a tribe that probably won't ever make it into the game as a unique playable faction, still has like unique units that you can use in the all factions playable mod.
It's epic.
And it's really the only reason that you'd ever want to download the all factions playable. Like if they all had the same unit roster, you wouldn't want to play it, but they actually do. So it is interesting, and I think it's a lot of fun to mess around with some of these minor factions.
Exactly.
But regardless, hope you guys enjoyed, and we're going to be bringing you one more replay relatively shortly. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later.
See ya.